Well, hello out there to all my fellow styrene users and abusers. This is George coming to you live from the basement annex at Kitchen Table Scale Models. Welcome you back. It's been a while since I've done anything, and we're going to call this kind of a what's cooking. I think it's episode number 6, maybe. I don't know. Welcome back to Kitchen Table Scale Models and what's cooking. Unfortunately, much like my last What's Cooking episode, there's not a lot cooking. There's a little bit simmering. Not getting a lot done for a number of reasons. The fall was a busy time of year for us, or late summer, early fall. I don't think I've done much since August, and I'm sitting here now, 2 days after Thanksgiving. So it's been about probably August, September, October, about 3 months really since I've done a whole heck of a lot on the YouTubes. Not getting a lot done in building, besides beating my head against the wall. But I'll come back to that. I think when we last spoke, I had just finished the Porsche group build. This is the Ravel 914 Porsche kit. This was almost like a tale of two kits. The chassis, the engine, the interior, everything went together nicely until it came time to put the body on. And the body didn't want to go on, and well, that's kind of where we ended up. Ended up having to glue that deck lid because there was such a gap there. I couldn't get the body to sit properly. There was a warp. I did do a little, see if we can get this to work. It's the first time I'm trying this. You can see a little detail in the engine compartment there, not a heck of a lot. One cool thing I did, I had some fun with, is those exhaust tips are a pair of fuel injection velocity stacks from, I think, AMT Parts Pack. They are metal. Paint on this is Gunzi Sangio white primer with white pearl over it. I've done a complete video on this, so I'm not gonna go through that. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm happy with the concept itself. Not happy with the execution. I think I could have done a lot better job on it. Those panel lines were a bear to. I have a problem getting panel lines scribed cleanly, and these gave me a fit. So yeah, that's 914 Porsche. Got that one done. As far as what am I working on? Well, let's see. Let's start here. Like a lot of y'all, I've kind of gotten sucked into a bunch of group builds, and well, as I've gotten more involved in the group builds, I really have kind of a love-hate thing with group builds. I really like the community aspect. I really like the camaraderie with the other guys who are doing these builds. I enjoy seeing what everybody else is doing. The downside of it, though, is that group builds have kind of taken me away from building what I want to build. Not that I haven't wanted to build some of these group builds, and for the most part, the kits that I've chosen for group builds have been kits that I would have wanted to build anyway. So it's not like I'm building something I really don't want to build. But I've had a hard time, not with this next build I'm about to show you, but with another one, which I'll come back to. I've had a hard time just keeping myself motivated. I think I've shared this. This is the Jason Hanscom Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machines group build. It's kind of stalled, and the reason it's stalled is because I've been kind of stymied, for lack of a better word, by another group build. And if you watch the next few minutes of this, you'll find out what that is. But this is the was it a '66 Barracuda? Yeah, hang on. Yeah, this is the kit. This is an original '66 Barracuda annual kit from AMT that right after paying a small fortune for, I think I heard that it's being re-released. Be interesting to see what round 2 does with it. But what I'm doing on this is I'm going for a low buck street machine look. I'm not going to get into this a lot because I think I've covered it in some other videos and there's not been any progress to speak of since then. Low buck street machine build. I have a 3D printed slant 6 I'm working on with the Hyper Pack option, which was a ram induction manifold, or ram manifold, 4-barrel carburetor, camshaft, headers, and a few other goodies. I'm building this one. My concept on this is kind of a low buck, high squaller street machine. You know, Junior picked up Dad's old Barracuda, and he decided he's going to hot rod it by putting some Clifford Engineering parts on it and turning it into a little street hot rod. So it's going to be a low buck street hot rod. I'm really thinking seriously of leaving it in gray primer for a couple of reasons. Number one, I really do want to get this done because I really want to support Jason at Blue Ox on a personal note. He's been very supportive to me in my attempts to crack the YouTube conundrum. So I want to finish that to support him. Next up, another group build I'm working on simultaneously, and folks, this one is beating my butt. Chuck on Scale Model Car Podcast says he thinks this build is possessed. I'm personally kind of inclined to agree with him. This is the MPC 67 GTO group build, which as far as my motivation to build, this one has just totally taken it away. Run into a lot of issues with this. This is actually the 3rd paint job on this kit, on this build. It's coming out okay, but boy, I'm playing hell getting there, and I got to tell you, I'm kind of lost interest. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. I just pretty much lost interest on getting this thing built. It's just beat me. I've had multiple issues with the paint, so I've had to redo it a couple times. I had laid on some really nice, fine pinstripe decals along the top edge of the fender, like the real goats had, and it was looking good, but it didn't stick. It just as I started handling it, I probably should have laid it down and put clear coat over it. Is the reality here, but you know, I've hit a point where I wanted to get this done. I just want to get it done and get it out of the way, and go work on some other things that I wanted to work on. Kept beating my head against the wall on this, and was having a hard time finding motivation to build. When wife Carol says to me, she said, you know, you can see what I've got. I got started on the dashboard. It's kind of coming out okay. I got a couple gauges and gauge rings around it. I'm kind of halfway done that. You know, I just couldn't get myself motivated. And Carol said, well, then you need to build something different. So kind of dug back and thought, what do I want to build? I just wanted to have some fun with something that I hadn't really played with much in the past. Stand by, I'll be back. So for the last week or two, I pulled out this little puppy. You all graybeards out there, you'll recognize this as the Roth Road Agent show car from the 60s. I've got the body done. Really, I'm in the basement today planning on taking this into primer, so as soon as I'm done shooting this video, that's probably what I'm going to do. But I got these side pods molded in nicely, nice and smooth. I've got the body paint sanded, ready for primer. I've stripped all the chrome on this. The frame on this is molded in chrome, or I guess it's molded in white but painted in chrome. I've stripped it, and I'm going to hit it next. Hit it with some of this magic stuff. Where is it? Oh, I'm coming. I've seen a couple folks use this AK Super Chrome. I want to give this a try, see if it's a little bit more durable than the Revell. There's going to need to be some handling on this assembly as I put it together. Oh, excuse me. Sushi I had for lunch is making me belch. I want to see if it holds up better than the Revell Chrome, and the Revell Chrome holds up pretty well, but it does tend to dull with handling. Got all the other little parts here sorted by what color they're going to be painted and ready to go into paint. Again, you can see a lot of these are the chrome parts here from the original kit that have been stripped and they're ready to go into paint. So I decided to take a break from this. So what's that mean for group builds? What that means for group builds is I am going to finish the CUDA for the Street Machine, Blue Ox Street Machine group build. One day I will get to the GTO. Don't know when, but I'll get there. I do want to finish it. I just need to put it aside for a while and do something that something I can get excited about. And not that I wasn't excited about the GTO. I was very excited about it, but it just squashed all of my enthusiasm and energy. Not only to finish the GTO, but to build. I'm finally getting past that. Thanks to Carol's suggestion to build something different. So, passing that on, I've been keeping Matthew Inman at MCV Products busy. Well, let me go in a different direction. One of my recent acquisitions, kit-wise. Stand by. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Future builds, under the heading of building something that really gets me excited. I've had some interesting and fun cars in my lifetime, real life cars. You've heard me talk about my Dodge Dart when I did the last year's Street Machine build, because I built a Dart GTS in '69. By 72, quite frankly, I had literally beaten the life out of that Dart. There was not much left to it. It was rusting. The engine was blowing oil. I had 125,000 miles on it, and they were hard miles. My next car after that was a 1972 Mercury or Ford Capri for those purists. Ford Capri from Germany. I got one of the. You might, if you're old enough to remember. Remember, first those cars were brought in with a little 1600cc four-cylinder, and then later on they came in with the 2-liter, and then in '72, after being imported from Germany for 2 years, Ford decided to give us some of the good stuff, and they dropped the 2.6-liter V6 from Cologne to Germany, from Ford to Germany in that car. And it was just a blast. It was one of a number of cars that came out in that era that Car and Driver dubbed Super Coupes. They're basically 4 sporty little coupes that gave you sports car handling but seats for 4. At least that was the tagline, I think. Well, I had a '72. I got one of the first '72 V6 Capris to come to the country in January of '72, I guess. Yeah, or June. I'm sorry, June or July of '72. So I've always loved that car. It was a great little car. I had done some things to it to make it fun, even more fun. But they've never really built a model of that car in street form. but they did. There was a build or a kit that came out by Entex, or was boxed by Entex anyway. Well, I was kind of fooling around in the shop a couple weeks ago, and I pulled this kit down off my shelf. This is a Capri 2. This body style I think came out in '75. By then they had a 2.8 liter V6. They got a little heavier, mostly because of the crush bumpers that needed to go on it. But it was still a nifty little car. Well, this is a great kit, and I'm probably going to do an unboxing on this at some point. But I was fiddling around with this, and I was thinking, I want to build this, but I want to do something different. And I messaged my buddy Matthew at Model Car MCV Products, and I said, Matthew, can you do me a nice 289 Cobra motor with Webers or fuel injection? And he said, yeah, I can. So, well, that's what I got here. I did an order of some 3D parts. Here's a little 289 Cobra motor. I'm hoping I can squeeze this thing into that chassis. There were, in real life, there were some Mark I Capris built with small block Fords. I think they were built in Australia. I can't remember the name of the guy that did it, but they were called Piranhas. So I think I do a little high performance street machine out of this thing, using these engines. I'm going to come back to the Capri. I'm going all over today. Just deal with it. Also, in the order I got from Matthew, he threw me. I got two of these motors. Let me see. One should have an angled intake manifold, and the other, no, they both have a straight intake manifold. That's okay. I think I kind of like the straight ones better, but I got two of these motors to play with. Who knows where the other one will go. Something I ordered from Matthew. This is my first venture into 3D printed wheels and tires. These are looking pretty neat. Nice deep dish Krager Supersport style wheels with I guess radial TA tires, bigs and littles. 15 inch Kragers with 8 inches in front, 15 inches in the rear. Yeah, so a nice little street machine. And I got a box of other miscellaneous crap. Some exhaust headers or header tips. He threw in a I don't know what I ordered this for. I got a big block Ford here. I got a big block Ford 460, 429 with fuel injection. Here, you can see the picture on there. If you've not ordered anything from Matthew yet, I know there's probably dozens of 3D printers out there, but and I've ordered from most of them, if not all of them. And I'm saying this out of honesty and sincerity. Matthew does some of the nicest work I've seen. Yes, I count Matthew as a friend, but I wouldn't plug him if I didn't think his stuff was good. Let's see what else I got here. Hang on, I dropped something. One recent addition to Matthew's catalog is an assortment of exhaust headers for different applications. I got a whole bunch of them. Got some exhaust. What else I got there? Some exhaust headers. Some mufflers. You all know what mufflers look like. And I could probably spend the next 20 minutes holding up parts and boring the hell out of you, so I'm not going to do that. The amazing thing, one amazing thing, these little, hang on, drop something. Oh, body don't bend. These little carburetors are freaking amazing. Come on. Let's go, come on. I just want one. Yep. get this to focus. Well, it's not focusing real well. I'm learning. This is the first time I'm using the camera in this view, so it's going to work a little different. So yeah, I got a bunch of 3D parts. I'm going to do something with the Capri, but while poking around on eBay the other night, I came across a kit that I passed up a number of times for this. This is a Generation 1 Mark 1 Capri racing version. It's kind of I think that's the factory Ford color livery from the European Touring Car Championship that ran in, well, Europe. And I thought, you know, if this body will go on that chassis, wouldn't it be wonderful? Well, I haven't scaled this out yet, but it ain't gonna work. This is a 1/25th scale body. This is supposed to be a 1/25th scale body. Now, Mark 1 and Mark 2 Capris had identical chassis, so the wheelbase should be the same. But let's see. Hello? I don't know what scale this Capri is, but I mean, it says 1/24th on the box. It says 1/25th on the box. Either AMT really fattened this guy up, or Entex really shrunk this down, because that is not 1/25th. That is probably closer to 1/32nd. So my idea of swapping this body onto the chassis from this kit to build a Mark 1 street machine, that ain't gonna happen. But I will do one using this body, and yeah, we'll see where that takes me. What else? Yeah, well, you know, I guess that's kind of about it. That's what's cooking, and hopefully I can finish up and put something on the table soon. I am planning on doing some painting today, like I said, and working on this road agent kit. You know, again, I want to welcome you all back, and thank you for watching. Thank you all for your support of this channel. I'm not sure where I'm going with it anymore. You know, I'm having one of those proverbial navel gazing moments of asking myself, what is the meaning of life, and why am I doing this? You know, and I keep trying to go back to, you know, I need to thank Matt, again, Matthew at Model Car Videos, and Jason Hanscom. Either thank them or blame them, I'm not sure which. Because they combined are really responsible for encouraging me to do this. You know, I want to contribute to this hobby because I love it so, and because I met some wonderful people through this hobby and through the social media pieces of the hobby, as well as locally at Maryland Automotive Modelers Association meetings, which, you know, I've been attending for, God, nearly 40 years. But I want to return something to the hobby, and I you know, I guess it's natural. I kind of, you know, want to see what the hell do I have to contribute. I'm not much more than an average model builder. I'm introverted by nature, so putting myself in front of a camera and trying to share is kind of a challenge for me in a lot of ways. I found myself this past summer doing videos, not because I felt like I had something to offer, but doing videos because I thought I needed to do a video, because everybody else was. So, you know, somebody does an unboxing, okay, well, I'm going to do an unboxing. Or somebody does a stash ad, and it's, yeah, I'm going to go do a stash ad. And, you know, it was stopping, it was ceasing to be fun for me. And that's kind of partly why I took a little sabbatical. But I'm back now. I'm not so sure, you know, I don't know what's next. Right, kind of in a mood to put one foot in front of the other. One thing I am probably going to do is I know I've already announced my intent to participate in a couple of the other street builds that are going on. The Saturday night dirt track, the hot rod build, or the um, rock and roll group build. Um, I'm not. I'm kind of rolling back from that. I'm not committing to do those now. I'm not saying I'm not going to. And while I do plan on completing the current Street Machine group build and um, the GTO from Hell. I'm not in a rush to do them. They're probably going to sit on the shelf with my other zombie builds for a while I do a little distraction and go back to building some stuff that when I look at the box on the shelf, it says, yeah, build me now. Um, Kind of part of all this is coming to the realization that I mean, you all have seen my stash. I've done a couple of shop tour videos where you've seen my model kits, and I've got about 700 unbuilt right now. One of the things I have done the last couple of weeks is I've gone through them and I re-inventoried them and updated my ScaleMates inventory to eliminate those models that I built over the years. And my next step is to go through my stash and identify models that are ready to pass on to somebody else, somebody who will build them and have fun with them. As much as I enjoy looking at my wall of kits, um, they're meant to be built, and there's probably 2/3 of the kits sitting on my wall are never going to get built if I keep them. So I'm gonna try to pass them on. My intent is to sell them off at a couple swap meets and shows. I'll be at the NNL, Mid-Atlantic NNL. Um, I've been debating whether or not I want to get a table for NNL East. Probably not, because if I do that, it's going to keep me from doing what I really want to do, and um, that's look at models and put a couple builds on a table and hang out with the guys from, like I said, the Classic Plastic Club, and Jason Hanscom and Tim Ryan and those guys. Great bunch of guys that kind of accepted me into the group last year, and had a good time hanging with them and having good dinners and just generally bullshitting and talking about model cars. So I'm looking forward to doing that at the NNL this year, NNL East. So I'm probably not going to sell there, but I will. I'm probably going to get a table for the Mid-Atlantic NNL and probably move about 150, 200 kits if I can. I know I have at least that many that I want to pass on. So that's it. I'm not gonna drone on any longer. We're approaching 27 minutes, and I've been a little disjointed on this, and I apologize to everybody. But if you made it this far, I want to thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for watching. If you like this, please do give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you're welcome to give me a thumbs down. I'm too old to get my feelings hurt. And if you really like it, subscribe it and tell people about it. And most of all, thank you. I want to thank everybody somebody's continuing to watch my YouTubes, because I keep getting views and I keep getting more followers, even though I haven't done anything for a couple months. So I don't know when I'm going to do another one. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't want to fall into the feeling of, gee, it's been 10 days since I posted a video, I need to go do something. I'd rather post fewer that hopefully people find informative. I don't know that I've shared much information in this one, but it's more of an update of what's going on in my modeling life, and where I'm going with this channel, or more accurately, probably not going. But I'm rambling. And with that, I'm going to bid you all fondue, and thank you for watching.